what's up you guys, this is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today on The Quick Draw, we shoot, we score, and we look like $1,000,000 doing it, cause we've got our hands on the Soma Prime. So this is a bit of a trip down memory lane, since the Soma was actually the very first quick draw I ever did, and frankly, that video was atrocious. The Soma Prime, however, is far from that. With its shiny new coat of paint, as well as a crap ton of extra embellished bits, the visual upgrades are fairly major. However, on the surface, the rest of its upgrades are far more subtle. So the question is the Prime variant as sexy on the inside as it is on the outside? So as with all primes, I'm going to be leaving a couple links in the description box down below because frankly, locations change and I can't be bothered to update this every time they need to adjust loot drops. However, you can pick this up pre-built along with a catalyst and a weapon slot at the null star rank of Nova's Prime Access. While it lasts, of course. Now the Soma's primary damage type is slashing, quickly followed by puncture with a tiny bit of impact. As damage spreads go, I will say that this is a pretty good setup. Slashing damage does quite well against fleshy targets, while puncture is great for dispatching armored units. However, and we all know what I'm gonna say next, if you want to deal the optimal amount of damage, be sure to toss on the appropriate elemental combos. Okay, so let's jump right into the deep end. One of the biggest things that a lot of people may notice about the upgrade is the near minuscule 2-point damage bump. And while at first I was a bit staggered by this as well, I had to remember, this weapon's base damage isn't what we should be looking at, since the majority of its damage is done through its criticals. With the base crit build installed, we have a 75% chance to deal 6.6 times the base damage, which puts the original Soma at 66 points of damage per shot, and the Soma Prime at 79.2. Considering that this is a high fire rate weapon, a 13-point increase in damage is nothing to laugh at. While the original numbers look small, the reality is that it got a 20% increase in damage, which can be a very large gap after you add in all of your damage mods. In addition, its clip size has been doubled to 200, and its maximum ammo is capped at 800. Now, there is something to note here. While the boost in damage addresses some of the efficiency issues, the larger maximum ammo just means that you've got a bigger buffer until you're tapped out. And while I'd love to believe that a 20% increase in damage will solve all of its ammo issues, I still get a very strong feeling that in extended duration missions, you may still burn through your stores. So, depending on the situation, you may need to run ammo mutation. On that note, if you were to use mutation with such a large magazine, you may want to be conscious about frequently manually reloading in order to free up some space for more ammo pickups. Oh, and it also got a 10% boost in status. Yay! Now speaking of things you overlook, can we talk? So now that the numbers are out, it turns out that the Soma Prime isn't just a looker, but happens to have some substance to back it up as well. And this brings me to one of Rob's most bitter life lessons. Sometimes attractive things and people are just as good on the inside as they are on the outside. See, the thing is, the second that the Soma Prime dropped, lots of us were keen to knock its 2-point damage increase. Kinda like, hey, you might look good, but on the inside, you're not all that great. We find the need to validate ourselves by saying things like, they may have a six-pack, but they don't have a moral compass. Come to find out, not only does their six-pack look amazing, but they do volunteer work for non-profits on the weekends. They got their great tan and awesome upper body strength from building houses for the needy each year. They're all caught up with every episode of Modern Family and The Walking Dead, have been investing in their 401k since they were 18, and are 3 payments away from having their car paid off. All while you just struggle to keep on top of taking out the trash on a regular basis. So basically, what I'm trying to say is, don't hate, congratulate, because frankly, if you congratulate them enough, you may get to tap that ass. Now, before I run off to pull my life together, let's get back to the quick draw. So all in all, I must say that the upgrades to Soma Prime are deceptively substantial. Running damage builds tailored to the Void, Soma Prime outpaces the Boltor Prime by about 1.3k per second. Of course, that's only factoring in crit chance and totally ignores damage spread, punch through, and the fact that Soma Prime is hit scan while Boltor Prime is projectile based. Y'all fanboys can fight over that shit yourself. Regardless, it does come with 2 base V polarities, which helps out a ton considering that running a full crit build on this can be costly when it comes to Forma. That aside, the model looks pretty damn sexy, and let's face it, sexy is worth every goddamn penny. So thank you all for watching another episode of The Quick Draw. Hesitantly, I'm gonna toss up a link to the original review that I did on the classic Soma. Please go easy on me, it was legitimately my first quick draw. As well as the link to the video where I fanboy over Nova Prime Access. Now don't forget to do the thing that I ask you to do at the end of every one of these, and as always, stay tuned for more shiny pretty things here at A Gay Guy Plays. Y'all want some balls? I got some balls for ya. I got some little ones and I've got one real big one if you want it.